I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Kanye West just dropped some jaw-dropping claims about his late mother Donda's passing, and what he said will leave you stunned. He's now saying straight up that his mom was sacrificed for his rise to fame. For years, there's been this chilling belief floating around that Hollywood makes you give up somebody close if you want power, money, and worldwide recognition. But hardly ever do we hear a major star admit it out loud. Now, Kanye's the one pulling the curtain back, making people wonder if those old whispers were true.
You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that.
All along. By now, everybody knows Kanye's been iced out by the industry. Corporate America turned its back on him, and after his comments about Jewish people, his whole empire got ripped apart. Adidas, his biggest partner, cut him loose, and reports claim he lost a jaw-dropping 75% of his net worth in just 2 weeks. Imagine going from billionaire status to watching your fortune vanish almost overnight, and yet Kanye still won't fold. Instead of laying low, he's doubling down. In his Daily Stardust interview, Kanye didn't just complain about being canceled. He claimed the real reason is because he refuses to let Hollywood control him.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
He basically said, most celebs bend the knee, but I'm not built like that. That's the kind of talk that makes powerful people nervous. But the most shocking part, Kanye went there. You're pointing at one of the darkest rumors about the entertainment game, human sacrifices. And he claimed his very own mother was taken as the price for his career. That's a heavy thing to admit, especially when the pain of her loss has haunted him for years.
Can end this by telling the truth.
And what do you believe that truth is?
The doctor had nothing to do with his mom's death.
Let's rewind to the tragic night. Dr. Donda West, only 58 years old, passed away on November 10th, 2007 after going through multiple cosmetic surgeries. Official reports say complications after the procedures caused her sudden death. The autopsy even stated there was no obvious surgical mistake or anesthesia problem. The deputy medical examiner, Luis Pena, dropped a strange detail in his official report. He literally wrote that the manner of death could not be determined. That line alone raised eyebrows.
Did the autopsy clear you of any involvement, do you think, in her death?
I think the autopsy speaks for itself. Period. You know, Larry, if I can jump in here for 1 second, one of the things that I wanted to address here today is you can say things about me, I can say things about you, and people can say things about each other out on the street. But Dr. Adams is a physician. And because he's a physician, he's in a position where he is not able to comment on any care or any discussions that he's had with any of his patients, including Dr. West and any other patient.
But what came next made the whole case even messier. After the report went public, LA authorities launched an investigation and soon uncovered shocking dirt about Donda's surgeon, Dr. Jan Adams. Turns out, this wasn't some spotless Hollywood doc. Adams already had DUI convictions and had been hit with at least 2 big malpractice settlements. Imagine handing your life over to a surgeon with that kind of history. And his behavior after Donda's passing, beyond suspicious. Just days later, on November 20th, 2007, Adams walked out on Larry King Live in the middle of the broadcast, refusing to answer a single question about the surgeries. The man literally bailed on live TV when asked about Kanye's mom. Then, in January 2008, he came back on the show saying he wanted to defend himself, but once again clammed up. This time, he dragged his lawyer with him, who jumped in the second Larry King asked if anything had gone wrong during the procedure. So naturally, people assumed Adams had something to hide. His past arrests, his lawsuits, plus his refusal to talk had many convinced he was responsible for Donda's tragic death. But just when it looked like the blame was clear, things twisted again. Out of nowhere, Adams popped up on Inside Edition and dropped a bomb. He claimed Kanye himself knows the real truth about his mother's passing. And in a shocking deflection, he pointed the finger at Kanye's cousin, Stephen Scoggins, a registered nurse.
Kanye West can end this by telling the truth.
And what do you believe that truth is?
The doctor had nothing to do with his mom's death. Donda West survived the surgery very well. She was at home.
Did anything during that surgery go wrong?
No.
Were there any complications during the surgery?
No.
Was there anything prior to the operation that gave you pause about operating on this woman?
No.
Who was supposedly caring for Donda after her surgery. According to Adams, Stephen left her alone after someone gave her 20 painkillers. Stephen pushed back hard and denied Adams' accusations straight up. He even produced an email exchange with Donda from the night before she died, which looked like proof he was managing her recovery and was actually there for her. After an official investigation, the authorities cleared Stephen of wrongdoing, so on paper he was washed clean. Still, the whole situation stays messy and suspicious, and if everything Adams said were accurate, then Kanye might actually know more about Donda's death than the public does. Funny twist. In April 2018, Kanye said he wanted the cover of his 8th studio album to feature Dr. Adams, saying the record was about forgiveness and stopping hate. That made it seem like he didn't fully blame Adams after all. So who's telling the truth? Kanye claimed his mom was sacrificed, and he named other celebrities whose loved ones reportedly died under strange circumstances. That's heavy talk that pushed people straight into conspiracy mode. Some of those ideas sound wild, while others make you pause and think. Look, a lot of the ritual sacrifice chatter is bonkers and needs to be treated with skepticism. But remember, some things once called conspiracy later turned out to have real evidence. Think MK Ultra, which was
Mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
dismissed until documents proved parts of it happened. Hollywood's ties to power are long-standing, so it's not impossible dark, hidden stuff exists behind the scenes. But bold claims like these demand solid proof, not just rumors and hot takes. Speaking of mind control, Kanye just blew up a wild claim about his trainer, Harley Pasternak, saying the man threatened to have him locked up on November 4th. Kanye posted the text he got from Harley, and in one of them, the trainer gave Kanye an ultimatum. Sit down for a talk or be sent straight to a mental ward. Kanye included the exact message too, and it reads, second option, I have you institutionalized again where they can medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids, just won't be the same. That text landed like a punch and had folks asking how a trainer could even make that kind of threat to a major star. Scary stuff. Turns out internet detectives didn't take long to dig up a crazy backstory on Harley. Threads started claiming he used to work for the Canadian Department of National Defense and was posted at a facility tied to PSYOP research and basically programs that study ways to influence people's behavior. When that rumor went viral on Twitter, the linked job history mysteriously vanished from his Wikipedia page overnight, and that disappearance only made the whole
Wasn't there. Her nurse was gone to a baby shower rather than taking care of his aunt. This lady shouldn't be dead. All you had to do was sit her up. And every nurse on the planet knows that. Her caregivers gave her, 20 Vicodin tabs in less than 20 hours.
whole scene feel more suspicious. Even stranger, Kanye's first involuntary psychiatric hold dates back to 2016. And people point out that episode reportedly happened at Harley Pasternak's house. That connection made conspiracy-minded fans jump all over the story, saying this looks less like coincidence and more like a pattern. Hollywood's shadow games suddenly look a lot closer to home. Whether you buy Kanye's big sacrifice claims or not, these text messages and the weird employment clues add another freaky layer to the narrative. Fans are split, but a lot of them are backing Kanye and praising him for speaking out loud about what he sees. One Twitter user even wrote, Kanye said his mom was a sacrifice. He really spilling the beans, this man putting his life on the line. And that sentiment is ringing through a lot of corners online right now. How can anybody hate this man? Fans are out here saying Kanye pulled the MK mind control card, trying to find peace with God, claiming he sold his soul, and now he's naming names, saying straight up that to make it in Hollywood, you gotta sacrifice someone close. People used to call him crazy until he started sounding right. Now those same folks gotta squint and listen, but the backlash is real too. Plenty still think Kanye's lost it and want him locked up or put under conservatorship. Social feeds got wild, with one user even tweeting the line, Kanye West needs to be institutionalized now. The divide around Kanye is sharper than ever, and the noise online only keeps getting louder. On one side, you've got people calling him a prophet, someone brave enough to risk everything just to pull the curtain back on Hollywood's darkest secrets. They're saying he's giving us the truth that nobody else dares to say and praising him for refusing to stay silent even after losing billions and being blacklisted. But on the flip side, critics are relentless, mocking his mental health struggles, saying he's paranoid, unstable, and that his words should never be taken seriously. Some even argue that Kanye thrives on chaos and that these shocking statements are just his way of staying relevant when the industry has already turned its back on him. And that's the wild part. Whether you believe him or not, Kanye always finds a way to dominate the conversation. His name stays trending, his words spark outrage, and once again, the world is arguing about him, just like he wants. At this point, Kanye's story has become bigger than music, bigger than fashion. It's a battle over truth, control, and who really runs the show behind the curtains. Every time he opens his mouth, it's either treated like a meltdown or a revelation. There's no middle ground anymore. Think about it. His mother's death still wrapped in mystery, shady Hollywood connections, trainers threatening to institutionalize him, and him openly talking about sacrifices that most celebs wouldn't even whisper about. Whether you think he's spilling the truth or spiraling out of control, one thing's undeniable. Kanye West is exposing conversations the industry wishes would stay buried. But here's the real question. Is Kanye truly uncovering the hidden darkness of Hollywood, or is this just another chapter in his long history of shocking statements? Could both things be true at once? That's the debate tearing fans and critics apart right now. So let's hear it. Do you believe Kanye is finally speaking truth to power, or do you think he's gone too far this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into stories Hollywood doesn't want told.